see, this is the case looking all wretched and scratched and all of that. And I'm so glad I had that on since I purchased my MacBook, because whenever I remove it, my MacBook looks new. It's so new. Sorry about the light. So now we're gonna DIY this. I recommend you get a case that's got the logo off, so that when you put the case on your MacBook, the logo is gonna brighten up when you turn it on. If not, you'd have to basically, if you get a clear case, you can get a clear case, but because I knew I was gonna do a gold glitter, this case is actually good for it. So the next thing I'm using, it's a Mod Podge glue. The Mod Podge glue, it's basically a glue and a finish glue at the same time. I will be using a synthetic brush to place the Mod Podge onto the case. What you're gonna see is that the Mod Podge is completely white. However, don't be afraid, because the Mod Podge is gonna turn clear once dried, and you'll see that in the final process. So you want to spread an even amount all over the case. At first, because it was still new to me, I just did half of the case, or actually 1/4 of the case, and then I sprinkled all the glitters all over the place I placed the Mod Podge. You want to make sure that you cover all the areas where the glue is, and as I said, don't be afraid, because the glue is eventually going to turn clear. So this is the last part of the first layer of the Mod Podge. As you can see, I'm using a synthetic brush once again, placing the Mod Podge in the remaining bit of the case, and then I will sprinkle the leftover glitters and put them onto the case of where the glue is. It's quite easy to do, but it's hard to explain. But as you can see, I'm just sprinkling the glitters once again all over the case. And you want to do this in order to cover all the areas where you place the glue. So make sure you get all the edges and corners, and this is basically what the first layer looks like. And then you want to set your timer for 20 minutes. I'm gonna allow that to dry. I'm gonna focus it. Focus. Too much glitter. I'm gonna allow that to dry, and then I'm gonna put a second coat, and then we'll come back to it. Yep. So after 20 minutes or so, I came back, and this is what the case is looking like. I'm going to dust off all the excess glitters from the case, just by kind of, as you can see what I'm doing basically. And make sure you have like a cotton or paper underneath where you're doing the glitters, because it can't get very messy. So this is the excess glitter from the first layer. I put all the glitters aside, and I'm going to retake the Mod Podge and do a second layer. This time around, I thought it would be wiser to put all the glue first of all, and then put the glitters on. So keep watching to see how I did the second layer. So as you can see, I'm using the excess glitters because I didn't want to waste any more, you know, and I'm just placing that with a piece of paper on top of the place where I placed the glue. And you want to keep doing so until you cover all the places where you place the glue. I found this way even better and quicker from using the glitters from the pack, just because you're actually using most of the glitters as well. So right now we've come to the conclusion, and this is the last layer of Mod Podge, basically the third layer. But after this layer I won't be putting any more glitters. So you want to cover all the place you've glittered, especially the edges, so that to prevent glitters from falling out. And this is what is going to seal the whole glitters underneath. And you want to make sure you get everywhere of the case. And by the time you finish placing the Mod Podge on the case, which is like so, you notice that it's all white. Don't be afraid, don't be scared. Leave it in a nice cool area to air dry. Don't blow dry, just leave it to air dry, and you should wake up in the morning, because I did this at night. You should wake up in the morning with the case about 80% dried, and you will see that the color of the glitter is gonna come out. At this point, this is the morning after, and you can see that the gold is starting to come up, but you can see some residue of white, and that is because the Mod Podge is not yet 100% dry. So I'd left it, and the day after you could actually see the true colors of the glitter, a nice gold pop pink color. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed this DIY challenge. It's the first time I'm actually doing a DIY glittery challenge. It got a little bit messy, but I'd definitely recommend it, and it's really easy and simple to do. Thank you.